Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, children. So we will discuss today. We will discuss regarding the Lake Isle of Innisfree. Yes, we will discuss the point the Lake Isle of Innisfree. So Isle means island. So it is about the Lake Island of Innisfree. Innisfree is the name of a place. Okay, students. Yeah, provide your response, children. Arshita, Kubir, Ansuman, Kushal, Aditya, Anusha. Keep on providing your response. We will discuss point number 4. The name of the poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree. It is written by W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats was born on 13th June 1865 and died on 28 January 1939. He was an Irish poet. He was a poet from Ireland. He was a poet from Ireland and one of the foremost figures of 20th century literature. He was one of the most dominant person of the 20th century literature. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1923. In 1923, he won Nobel Prize for Literature and he was one of the staunch supporter of the Irish nationalism. He was a great supporter of Irish nationalism. He devoted himself to subjects that were of Ireland. Okay, so the subject for his poems is related to Ireland. Poems, plays, short stories, novels, all these he wrote, and for most of them, the subject remained that of Ireland. Okay, so this is about the poet. Is it clear to you, students?
Yes, sir.
What is the name of the poet?
W.B. Yeats.
Yeah, your voice is not coming here. Ansuman, speak loudly.
W.B. Yeats.
Yeah, the name of the poet is W.B. Yeats. From which country? He was from Ireland.
Ireland.
Which century's poet he was? 20th century. Okay. So this is about the poet. Isle means island. Okay. So the Lake Isle of Innisfree means the lake island of Innisfree, and Innisfree is the name of a place. Innisfree is the name of the place. Okay, so this is the poem is about the lake island of Innisfree. Now, what the poem is about? The poem is a lyric song composed by the poet, and here the poet is longing for the peaceful atmosphere of the lake island of Innisfree. He is having a desire, he is having a longing to spend his time there at the lake island of Innisfree. Now, why he is having that desire to spend his time there at the lake island of Innisfree? Because that is very peaceful, that is very tranquil. Okay, and due to that, it is appealing to him. Okay, he is saying that there he will have his cottage by the side of the lake. He will have his cottage. Okay, then he will have his own vegetables. He will have a hive for honey, for honeybees. Okay, so he will have his own center, his own food. Okay, hive, honey from the hive, and there the morning will be perfect at Innisfree, the night will be perfect, He will listen to the songs of the bird linnet. Okay, and he will enjoy his life there in the peaceful atmosphere of Innisfree, in the tranquil atmosphere of Innisfree, in an atmosphere which will be full of calmness. There he will enjoy his life. Then he is saying that in the city life, he is walking by the pavement there in the city. While walking there in the city, always there remains an echo, that of the water of the lake striking against its bank, and that is always calling him to come back to Innisfree and spend his time there. So always he is reminded of this peaceful atmosphere, and he wanted to spend his time there in Innisfree. Is it clear to you, students? Is it clear to you what we have discussed?
Sir.
What introduction I have provided you about
Yes,
the
sir.
point? Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, I will read it. You try to understand what the introduction is given. This well-known poem explores the poet's longing. This well-known poem explores the poet's longing. What is longing? Longing means a desire. So this well-known poem is expressing poet's desire. For what? For the peace and tranquility. Tranquility means an atmosphere that is free from any kind of disturbance, a peaceful atmosphere. So this poem is describing poet's longing for the peaceful and tranquil atmosphere of Innisfree, a place where he spent a lot of time as a boy. As a boy, he spent his lot of time. This is the place where he spent his boyhood. And now, as he is busy there in the materialistic world, in the city life, which is full of hustle and bustle, there he is reminded of the peaceful life that of Innisfree. He is reminded of the peaceful life of Innisfree. This poem is a lyric. It is a song. Okay, so I will read it. You try to understand and try to get the first-hand comprehension that of the poem. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there, of clay and wattles made. 9 green rows will I have there, a hive for honeybees, and live alone in the bee loud glade. I will live alone there, and I shall have some peace there. For peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wells of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnights fall a glimmer, and noon a purple glow. During the noon there remains a purple glow, and midnights they remain shining there. And evenings full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now. I will arise and go now. For always night and day, for always night and day, I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. I hear it in the deep heart's core. What I hear? I hear the water of the lake striking against its own back. And that sound is reminding me that of the peaceful atmosphere of the lake isle of Innisfree, there in my busy city life. Okay, so this is the point. Now we will discuss stanza-wise explanation that of the point. Okay, students. So now what is given there in the first stanza? I will arise and go now. The poet is saying that I will arise and go now. I will get up and go now and go to Innisfree. I will go. Where I will go? I will go to Innisfree. I will arise, I will get up and go to Innisfree. Okay, and a small cabin built there, and I will make a small cabin there for myself in that peaceful atmosphere of the island of Innisfree. I will make a small cottage for myself. I will make a small cottage for myself of clay and wattles, and this cottage will be made of clay and wattles. Wattles, the meaning is given there in your textbook. Okay. Wattles, twisted sticks for making walls. Okay, twisted sticks for making walls, fences. Okay, so I will make a fences, a wall that of the wattles, that of the twisted sticks of the trees, branches of trees. I will make. Okay, so this cabin, this cottage will be made up of clay and wattles. 9 bean rows will I have there, and for my food I will grow vegetables there. I will grow vegetables, and for that I will have 9 rows of bean, and I will have a hive for the honey bee, for honey bees, for collecting honey for myself. I will have a hive. That is a structure made for bees. Hive, a structure made for bees, and live alone in the bee loud. I will live alone there, and I will hear the loud sound of humming bees. I will listen the sound of humming bees, and live alone in the bee loud glade. Glade means open area. The meaning is given. So in that open area, I will have my cottage. I will have my vegetables. I will have my honey from the hive. Okay, and I will live there peacefully in my cottage, listening to the humming sound of the honey bees there in that open ground. Okay, glade means open ground. So this is about the first stanza. Is it clear to you what the poet is saying? That I will arise and I will go. Where I will go? I will go to Innisfree. Okay, and I will make a small cottage for me, and this cottage will be made up of material collected from there only. It will be made up of clay, and it will be made up of branches of the tree. I will grow there food for myself. I will have my own vegetables. I will grow 9 bean rows, and I will have honey from the hive. Okay. I will live there alone. I will live there alone in the peaceful atmosphere of the lake island of Innisfree, and I will listen to the humming sound of the bees in that open ground. So this is stanza number 1. Is it clear to everyone? All of you have understood? The poet is very much impressed by the peaceful and tranquil atmosphere of Innisfree.
Yes, sir.
and he is having a desire to go there and spend his time there in that peaceful atmosphere. He wanted to have his cottage, he wanted to have his own resources, and he wanted to enjoy the perfect peaceful atmosphere of that place. Okay, students. Now stanza number 2. And I shall have some peace there. I shall have some peace there. I will have perfect peace there. For peace comes dropping slow. At this place, peace comes dropping slow. It keep on falling at this place all the time. Dropping from the wells of the morning. Peace falls there from the wells of the morning, from the clothes of the morning. From the clothes of the morning, there falls what? Peace, absolute peace. To where the cricket sings, and in this peaceful atmosphere of morning, cricket also sings there. So I will enjoy the song of cricket. And there, midnight is all a glimmer, and at midnight there will be a perfect shining. Okay, and noon a purple glow, and during the noon there will be a purple glow. Purple means dark reddish blue color, and evening full of the linnet's wings. And at the time of evening, the sky of Innisfree will be full of the bird linnet. Linnet is a bird of song. So at the time of evening, in the sky of Innisfree, there will be linnets flying, and the sky will be full of their wings. That will be a perfect peaceful atmosphere, and I will spend my time there, and I will enjoy it up to the optimum. This is what the poet is saying. What he is saying, that I shall have a perfect peace there at Innisfree. This place is something like that, where peace remains all the time. It keeps on dropping there, it keeps on falling there. Okay, dropping from the wells of the morning, it comes there dropping from the clothes. Wells means clothes of the morning. And what are the clothes of morning? Clouds. At the time of morning, there remains dark clouds. Okay, so at that time it seems that peace is dropping there from these clouds. Okay, so clouds has been compared to wells of morning, and morning has been personified. And I will enjoy the song of cricket and the sky. In the noon time, there will be the purple glow, and at the midnight, it will remain shining. And at the evening time, it will remain full of lineage, of the bird lineage, and everywhere it will be covered by the wings of the bird lineage. Okay, so is this clear to you, students? Have you understood stanza number 2?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now children, stanza number 3. I will arise and go now. There is repetition. Repetition is there. Why repetition is made there in poetry? To make some idea dominant, to make some idea very much significant. So this is the dominant idea, that he wanted to go back. He wanted to go where? He wanted to go Innisfree. And that's why again he is repeating the same. I will arise and go now. I will arise and go. Where I will go? I will go to Innisfree. Why I will go? Because there is a perfectly peaceful atmosphere. There is a perfectly tranquil atmosphere, and I will spend my life there in that peaceful atmosphere. That's why I will arise and go to Lake Isle of Innisfree. I will arise and go now, for always night and day, and I will go there for what time? I will go there for always. I will go there for permanently. For all nights and days, I will go there, and I will settle there. I will have my cottage there. I will have my own food, have my own resources, and will enjoy the natural beauty of this place. It is free. I will arise and go now, for always night and day. Permanently I will go there. I hear the lake water lapping. Lapping means to hit gently. Lapping means to hit gently. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. I hear in my heart that the lake water is striking against its shore, is striking against its bank. That sound I hear there in my heart. I hear the lake water lapping. Lapping means hitting gently against its shore. I hear the lake water lapping with slow sounds by the shore while I stand on the roadway or on the pavements. Pray. When I stand there in the city by the roadside, at that time I hear this sound there in my heart. Which sound I hear? The water of the lake striking gently against its shore. That sound I hear in my heart, and that sound again and again inspires me to go and settle there at Innisfree. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavements, grey pavements means sidewalks, sideways. I hear it in the deep heart score. In the deep heart score, deep in my heart, I hear this sound again and again. And all the time, it offers me an invitation to go back to Innisfree and settle there and to enjoy my remaining life, to settle there permanently. So the poet was very much nostalgic about this place, and he is very fed up that of the hustle and bustle of the city. And amidst the city life, he is continuously reminded that of his native place, that of his childhood place, where he spent his childhood. Okay, and now he is having a longing, he is having a desire to go back and settle there and spend the rest of his life there. He is saying that I will make a cottage there. I will have my own vegetables. I will have my own honey. And in that open area, I will listen to the humming sound of the honey bees. Okay, this place of Innisfree is perfectly peaceful. All the time it seems that peace is falling there. In the morning, it falls there from the wells, from its clouds. Okay, and at the night time, there remain a perfect shining. At the noon time, there remains a purple glow. And at the evening time, the sky of the place remains full, that of the wings of the bird linnet. Oh, I want to go back and settle at this place at Innisfree. Okay, I will rise and go now. I will rise and go now. For always night and days, for all my rest of life. Permanently I want to go and settle there. And in city life, when I stand there on the roadways, when I stand there on the pavements, always I hear a sound, and that sound of the lake water striking against its own shore, against its own back. That against its own bank, and that gentle striking sound of lake water that reminds me of the tranquil atmosphere of this place, and that offers me an invitation to come back and settle here. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart score, deep in my heart. I hear this sound, and it reminds me of the serenity of this place, and it develops a longing, a desire in my mind to settle permanently at this place. So, children, this is the poem. I hope you have understood it well. You have understood it or not? Provide
Understood,
your
sir.
response, children.
Understood, sir.
You
Understood,
unmute
sir.
yourself and then speak. Your voice is not coming here. Okay, now children, regarding the literary device. Okay, so first of all, you tell me what are the literary devices used in this poem. In the earlier poem, we discussed some of the literary devices. So, do you find the use of literary devices? You see in first stanza, do you find the literary devices?
Yes, sir.
Yes, students, in first stanza, is there any literary device? Yes, you tell me what it is. Yes, what it is, you mention it. I am waiting for your reply, students. What is the literary device in first stanza? I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bees, a hive for the honey bees. Okay, so a hive for the honey bees. H sound, alliteration. Hive for honey bees. Hive H, honey bees H. So that you can alliteration. What alliteration is? The repetition of a consonant sound in 2 or more closely placed words. Repetition of a consonant sound in 2 or more closely placed words. So you find this repetition in the H sound. Okay. Hive for honey bee. You have understood it or not? You have understood or not? Yes, students, alliteration in hive for honey bees, H sound. H of hive and H of honey bees. Okay? Yes. Then, so this is about first stanza. Then you find there in the second stanza, and I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wells of morning, dropping from the wells of morning, dropping from the clothes of morning. Now, how children morning could wear clothes? How could morning wear clothes? Good morning or evening? Wear clothes. Who could wear clothes? Human beings. So, morning has been personified here. So, personification is there. Example of personification is there. Is it clear to you or not, students? So, morning has been personified here. Yes? Tell me you have understood or not? Okay. So, dropping from the wells of the morning. Morning has been, okay. Dropping from the wells of the morning. Wells of the morning. Now, what has been compared here as the wells of morning? Clouds has been compared here as the wells of morning. So, you can say metaphor is there, a comparison is there without as or like. Okay. So clouds has been compared to the clothes of morning. So you can say metaphor is there as clouds has been compared to the wears of morning. Then children repeat it. If you go there in the in the third stanza, I will arise and go now. I will arise and go now. What is there? This is repeated. So this is repetition. What is there? Repetition is there. And why repetition is done? Why some idea is repeated again and again? It is repeated again and again to convey the central idea of the poem strongly. And what is the central idea of the poem? He wanted to go back. The poet wanted to go back. Where he wanted to go back? He wanted to go back there at Innisfree, the place where he spent his childhood. Now he is having a strong desire, a strong longing for this place, and he wanted to go back and he wanted to settle here permanently. Okay, so to convey this particular idea, repetition has been done. Okay, so I will arise and go now. I will arise and go now. Here, what is there? Repetition is there. You have understood or not, students? Yes, children?
Understood, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Understood.
Okay, so this is about the poem. I hope you have understood it well. Okay, so who will tell it what you have understood? Yeah, raise your hands, those who want to respond. Those who want to respond, what is the central idea of the poem, what you have understood? Who will tell? Use the raise hand feature. Yes, students, your response in the class remains very important. All of you turn on your cameras fast. Turn on your cameras immediately, children. Yeah, Kuber, Anusha, Ansuman, Kusal, Oleg, everyone, Anamika, everyone turn on your camera. Everyone, children. Yes, I will mark absence of all those students who are not turning on their camera. Disita, turn on your camera. Kusal, all others, fast. Yeah, everyone. The camera should be turned on. Ansuman. Yeah, now you tell me. Now. Yeah, good. Sarah. So now you tell me, children. You tell me what you have understood from the poem. Yes. Yes. Unmute yourself and speak. Yes, yes, Disita, you tell. Disita, you tell. Yes, yeah. Anusha, tell me.
Sir, am I audible to you?
Your voice is not coming here. Okay. So you write it there, children, in the comment box. So I hope all of you have understood it. Okay. Mic is not getting on. Okay. So the poet is having a strong desire, a strong longing for the place Innisfree where he spent his childhood days amidst the city life. which is full of hustle and bustle. He is reminded that of his childhood place, and when he remained busy there in the city life, he still hears there in his heart the sound of the lake water striking gently against its shore, and that reminds him of the peaceful and tranquil atmosphere of Innisfree. And he said to himself that I will arise and go, and I will live there always for night and days. Permanently I will live there. I will have my cottage, I will have my own vegetables, I will have my own honey, and I will enjoy the perfect peaceful atmosphere that of this place. Okay, so this is all about. Then the remaining part, that is regarding the question answers, we will discuss there in the next class. We will discuss regarding the stanza based questions, okay, and all the other questions, extra questions related to the poem there in the next class. You read it well, understand it well. If you have any doubt, you come across, you ask there in the next class. Okay, so students, this class comes to an end here.